Survive. Poisoned Productions.
Hello? Are you seriously still with him? Honey, everyone says that they're an extra on The Walking Dead. That's nothing new. It's a line, okay? You make that asshole point out what scene he was fucking in. Honestly though, like, I made this bitch too pretty. Like, she gon' steal your man. Like, I did not mean for her to be this. And maybe I just think she's pretty because of the colors. Like, I really like how the colors pop, but like, damn, she's a thought, and you know she is. You know she is. And we're not gonna talk about my eyelashes because they are held on by a prayer girl. These are like super old ones and I wasn't even gonna put eyelash. Oh good, I can feel my real lashes and then my fake lashes. They're totally not even together. I wasn't even gonna put eyelashes on and then I found these ones because I don't have any thick ones. And if you don't have thick ones with like a makeup like this, you're not even gonna see them anyways. But I found my thick ones, but yeah, I don't know. They're just not glued on very well because I'm lazy. So we're just not going to talk about them. They probably look like a train wreck when I look down, but oh my god. I'm dying. Oh my god. I'm dying on air. Oh, went down the wrong pipe. Okay. Whew. So I did do my outline of what I wanted to draw out, like my details off camera, just because I'm sure you've seen it 1,000 times. I just did it with a white eye pencil. And now I go in with a green face paint and just paint in everywhere that I want to be my skin color. I chose green, but you can choose any other bright color. Just make sure all the colors really pop against each other. It just makes your look stand out more. And then I go in and I add a pink for all the fleshy tones. And remember, when working with face paint, sometimes you do have to do multiple layers just to make sure it is opaque enough to really like pop. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do my chest, this little like head section, and then I also do my gums with that pink color. Honey, this clip is just way too long. Like, what was I thinking? So now I'm going in with the white color and just putting that on my teeth and all the bones. Also adding it to the bone on my arm, which you do not see in this clip, but you will see it later. And in this section, you really want to do this part like as quickly as possible, basically, because just adding the color quickly will save you a lot of time later when shading and stuff. I find sometimes that like I'll just dilly-dally with this part and I'm like, what am I doing? Just get the color on and then move on to shading. It will take way less time if you just stop like dilly-dallying. Just get it done, honey, get it done. So now I'm adding purple to both my eyes. One eye I made bigger than the other just for a little bit of like, you know, contrast. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I don't even really know what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what I'm doing, you know? And now I'm going in and adding black to my arm to get that negative effect so that it looks like I just have a bone for an arm. And if I was to do this look again, I would make the bone on my arm a lot shorter. I don't know why, I just thought my bone on my arm needed to be super long. And now I'm just adding the other part of my lip that isn't like ripped open, and I'm just exaggerating my lips slightly just so it looks better, basically. And now I'm going in and adding all of the like big details with a black face paint and a small brush. I'm not doing any like little details or like fine detail working yet. I'm gonna do that after I shade. But yeah, just the basic outlines of everything is all I'm doing right now. And then I also fill in the teeth later, and yeah. I also fill in with black between the teeth once I'm done too, because I wasn't sure how big I wanted them, so I just kind of filled that space with white and was going to decide later. And then I also added some wiggly marks to my gums just to make them like more cartoony. Okay, now what I'm doing here is taking a beauty blender and a pink face paint and using a giraffe pattern to get this really cool skin texture. Now, if I was to do this again, I wouldn't outline this pattern in black. I would just leave it like this because I think it looks super, super cool. But I wanted to make it more cartoony, but I ended up not liking it as much. But then I was like, well, I already did this and it's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt to change it now. So I'm just gonna go with it. But if I was to do this again, or if you were to do this, I think it would look cooler if you didn't outline it in black. Any hoozles. Now I'm taking a hot pink eyeshadow and just like blending in to the fleshy colors. This is gonna help blend later when we add more black colors to deepen it. Now I'm adding a pink and purple eyeshadow just to some of the giraffe spots that I have, just to kind of make them pop a bit more. Now I'm going in with that purple eyeshadow again and just going around my eyes where all the black lines are, just to kind of blur them and darken them a bit and make that purple really pop. Now is when I'm going in and adding the black to just make everything look like it's really sunken in, and you want it darkest by your line and then fading outwards. This is going to make it just look more realistic and cartoony. And I'm taking a dark green color and just contouring my nose and my chin. I also go in later and add a dark green and a black under my eye just to kind of give like a sunken eye effect. And now I'm going in and shading the bones. When you shade the outside of them, it makes the middle look like it's closer to you, so they look a little bit more rounded. It's kind of like an optical illusion, which I'm sure you've heard a million times in a bunch of different tutorials, but I just thought I would remind you that that's what I'm doing. And I also dirty up the teeth a little bit with that black just because I didn't want them like stark white. Now I add a little shadow to my little wormy guy, and then I give him some eyes. I also add pupils and a smile later, but I didn't film that because I just did that quickly. And now I'm going in and adding some black to each of like the bottoms of the giraffe circles or patterny business. And again, just more contouring with black just to darken it. And now I'm going in with a detail brush and a black face paint and just going around the perimeter of the like open parts. And now I'm going in and adding some white to the fleshy bits and to my worm and to my eyes just to highlight and then also make the fleshy parts look like they're wet. So it gives kind of like a saliva-y, you know, moisturous kind of look. And again, just highlighting like I said. This just makes the colors really pop when you just add slight bits of color. Now I'm going in and adding white dots to my skin just to pattern a bit more. I'm all about patterning lately. And then I go in with this black like face paint and this frayed brush and add more of like a splatter texture all around where the black lines are. I think it looks super cool. I also go over the white dots with it. And now I'm doing the same technique to the giraffe pattern with a yellow color. I wanted as much texture and pattern as possible. Like my little wormy up here. My boyfriend said it looked like Weedle, and I'm like, it kind of does. I did not mean for that to happen. It just good things happen to good people, you know. And if you ghosts and ghouls didn't know already, I am doing the 100 Days of Makeup Challenge on my Instagram account. So if you want to head over there and see my other looks, I would appreciate it. If you are new here and you get a bit confused because some of my pictures and some of my old videos say XOXO Pretty Bitches, that's because that's my old brand name. You can see my video Infected for more information on that. But yeah, head on over to my Instagram account if you want to see my other looks. You gotta fluff the weave, honey. Fluff the weave.